guys.
Hey.
Dr. Jessie and Dr. Carrie here from CJPT. We're here to give you guys a little sneak preview of what we're going to be doing a little later tonight. At 6 o'clock, we're doing a low back pain and sciatica workshop. If you haven't already signed up, you still can. We have about 30 people signed up, which is great. We're going to have a big captive audience, and it's going to be awesome, so we're really excited. So as a little sneak peek, we thought it might be kind of a good idea to ask Carrie some questions about how she got here and how she became a back specialist and all that good stuff. So, join us for a little happy hour.
A little cheers to
little
start.
Cheers. We're still a little socially distant. We're staying as far apart as this will allow us to, but we hope you're all still safe and healthy at home. So,
Well, real quick, Dr. Jessie and I have kind of been holding down the fort. We are essential healthcare providers. So her and I have been coming into the office, seeing all the patients. About half our patients are still coming in, and about half have decided to switch their appointments to virtual. So it's been going pretty well, don't you think? And then and we've also switched our back pain workshop to virtual tonight. That would have been an in-person workshop, but we decided to have it be obviously virtual because we didn't want 30 people in here all together. So, so what questions you got for me?
So let's do this. So when did you first open up here in Portsmouth?
So here in Portsmouth, I opened up here in 2014. You can't see him, he's under the desk, but it was just me and Bodie. We started off at a small treatment room. And my specialty has always been in back pain and Pilates. That's been my background, and I've always combined the two. And I started off in a small treatment room, and then as I got bigger here and my schedule got kind of full, something that I noticed that I needed that I couldn't do was it's like I'd help clients who come in. I'd help them with we do other things besides back pain, but that's kind of something that I love to help people with because so many people are affected by it. I'd help them with their back problem, and then that was kind of it. Like, it was hard to follow up with them. It was hard to make sure they were doing the right exercises and doing the right maintenance program afterwards. So Pilates is the thing that we use here to help people maintain their back problem. And I just couldn't do it all by myself, so that was kind of the motivator to move into this location, which is, bigger. And now I've got a team. I've got Dr. Jessie here, who does a lot of what I do as far as helping people kind of with which you guys will hear in the presentation later. If you haven't signed up already, make sure you sign up. I'll post the link in the comments. There's still room if you want to join, but we're going to talk a lot about how important it is. A lot of people like to just do exercise. They want to just strengthen their core to get rid of back pain, which clearly we believe in that as well, because that's what we do. Our whole practice is got Pilates, and we do so much core strengthening, but you can't just do that. That's not enough. That's so good to help you maintain and prevent back problems, but it's not enough to actually fix a problem that you have. And that's where you really need to understand how mobility plays into it, how you need to have sound, good movement. Not everybody realizes that they're not moving properly. You need someone who understands how to detect it, and that's what Dr. Jessie does in our practice. So a lot of our clients work with her first, and then they kind of transition over to our Pilates team, and a lot of times they work together at the same time as well. So.
Yeah. What is it about Pilates that makes it such a good fit with physical therapy?
So I love Pilates for a couple of reasons. One of the issues that we see, or that I've seen over the years, and I know you've seen it too, is that people, especially, we work with a lot of folks who are over age 40, people in their 50s and 60s. So what happens is, if you've had problems for a long time, most people let problems kind of linger for a while. And what happens is your nervous system adapts to those changes. So what I mean by that is, let's say you've got a back problem, and it could be partly due to the fact that your core doesn't function the right way, or your core might not function the right way because of some bad postural habits or lifestyle habits. Those can lead to muscles kind of shutting down or shutting off. So if that happens, and it happens long enough, our brains have a lot of jobs to do. Our nervous systems have to keep us alive and surviving. They don't always have time to say, the core is not working. Let me make sure that it's functioning the right way. So the nervous system and the brain just pick a new pattern. and which is enough to get you by. But again, over time, it can become a dysfunctional pattern. So what I've found is that Pilates is a great full body exercise system that integrates everything. And it really, Pilates, one of the hallmarks of Pilates is doing the moves very precisely and correctly, and you have to use your breath. So all those things combined really help to get your brain and your nervous system to connect to your whole body again. So it's a great way to not only undo some of those dysfunctional patterns, and that's where we work with people to undo the dysfunctional movement patterns. Then we help you restore new ones, and then once you can do that, Pilates helps to keep it that way. So Pilates is a true full body, mind body exercise system. There's a lot of mind body kind of techniques out there, which are fabulous, by the way, meditation, yoga, things like that. But Pilates is the one exercise I found that is an actual exercise system. So it integrates your brain to your body and helps you get stronger. So that's why I chose to kind of get into Pilates, and why I love to use it in our practice to help people, and our clients love it too. And it's fun. It's a good community building activity. So,
how long have you been doing Pilates?
Oh gosh, I've been doing Pilates for about 10, 11 years now, I think. Yeah. So I was a dancer before that. So that's kind of what, for me personally, what led me into Pilates, and just the whole idea of just full body integrated movement, I think, is really missing in the world. We just tend to be linear and do so many of the same thing. You can hear Bodhi. Just being a dancer and being so accustomed to full body integrated movement, I was looking for, not everybody's going to dance, so it's really fun. But Pilates was just a really nice transition for me, coming out of my dance world and using that in my practice to help people.
Yeah. A lot of our clients already know this, but for anyone who doesn't, we are doing lots of virtual stuff right now. So lots of virtual Pilates. We are offering virtual PT sessions. Did you ever think in your career that you'd be doing telemedicine or virtual options?
No, but I honestly love it for two reasons. I truly believe that movement is the best medicine. And sometimes when you have clients in the office, now don't get me wrong, like manual therapy, and we use our hands a lot, and it's so effective, and it can definitely speed things along, and it really enhances the movement that you need to do. So we still use that, but you can get so much improvement, and you can get the same outcome without it. And that's why I'm kind of loving this sort of forced virtual reality, if you will, because since our practice is so based on movement anyway, we still get to help everybody. So it's been a really easy transition for us, and we can help more people because we can help people that aren't local to us. Like I talked to someone earlier today who's about an hour and a half away, and we're going to get on a virtual session with them, and they normally would have had to have taken a whole day out. We've had people drive to us from that long before, but normally you've got to take a whole day out of work and all of that. So now we can just help this person like on their lunch break. So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I know a lot of people are stuck at home and, maybe participating in some of this virtual stuff, maybe not. But in general, the likelihood is that most of us are not as active as we normally are. So if someone's at home and they're, sitting here watching us on Facebook Live and they're having, some tightness or stiffness or aches and pains, like what's your best suggestion for them?
Move. Just get up and move. So a couple things. If you're sitting a lot, you just got to get up. So we're going to talk about this in our presentation, but one of the best pieces of advice is to just not let yourself sit more than 30 minutes. Get your butt out of the chair. It can be really simple. Just stand up. You can just do like a little stretch in your chair. That's definitely one thing to do. And then just remembering to breathe. When you're sitting a lot and you're kind of not moving around as much, you just get kind of tight. Your nervous system, again, can kind of get into this sort of chronic, little bit of fight or flight, especially with a lot of the stress going on right now. If you guys are local and you get our local newspaper, there's an article going out tomorrow, I think, that we just wrote about that, how to manage stress during this quarantine and how it increases, and just some real couple little tips you can do to break that pattern up in your nervous system to give it a break. But breathing, just a couple deep breaths, and as you can see, even just breathing just kind of lengthens your posture. There you go, right? It's contagious. Like if you breathe, you just have to do it. And then just kind of changing your positions frequently and not letting yourself sit more than 30 minutes.
Yeah. On top of maybe not moving more, some people might be taking up like different activities. So I know for a lot of people, maybe they're regular gym goers, but the gyms are closed, so maybe they are instead trying to go out for runs. What do you see as maybe some other potential injuries that they might kind of acquire?
Yeah, so we're already starting to get some phone calls about this. So of course, we're huge advocates of staying active, healthy, and mobile. But you want to make sure you're doing an activity that not only is right for you. I mean, I truly believe you can do anything that you want, but you've got to prepare your body and kind of ramp up into it. You don't want to just jump into something new. There's so many factors that come into play. Let's say you've been, sitting a lot. That can lead to things like tight hip flexors. It can lead to glutes not working as much, and then all of a sudden you start lifting or squatting every day. Your body just might not be prepared for that activity. And then, like I mentioned, our bodies, our nervous systems are designed to keep us alive and thriving. So they adapt. The great thing about the nervous system is that it adapts quickly. One of the worst things about the nervous system is that it adapts quickly. So if your body's doing a pattern that it just is having a hard time integrating, your nervous system is going to pick a different pattern, and that pattern might not be healthy, and that's what leads to problems, overuse, things like that. So what we're seeing is a lot of people who, and listen, I applaud you for this, who are just like, you know what, I'm going to start running. I've got nothing to do. I'm going to just go running outside. Well, your body's not ready for that. And then after about a week or two, your knees are going to start to hurt. Your back might start to hurt. Even your neck might start to hurt. And you need to kind of ramp up into that. And those are some of the things that we've started to help people with, even virtually, just kind of giving them some tips and tricks and kind of diagnosing either over the phone or over video, to help them figure out why they might be having this knee pain or something like that.
Yeah, so our presentation that we're about to do is going to be on low back pain and sciatica. Can you just tell everybody kind of maybe some of the other areas that CJPT tends to specialize in?
Well, we specialize in, we do work with the whole body. I mean, basically what our focus is empowering people through movement. So what that ends up lending itself to is we focus a lot on kind of two things: mechanics. So one thing that gets missed a lot is everyone kind of jumps to strength training, which is good. You want to do that, but everyone jumps to exercise and strength training. They want to know what's the best exercise for this or what's the best exercise for that. Well, that comes later. So what we specialize in really is figuring out where in the body the problem starts from. So for example, when we do see a lot of people with back problems, but we see people with knee problems, ankle and feet problems, lots of neck and shoulder problems. And those things, we help people not only with the problem itself, but also how the rest of the body integrates into that. Because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've never had anyone come in with, let's say, knee pain and have it not have a relationship to the hip or the back in some way, or the foot. Like maybe someone can't balance properly and that's causing their knee to just overwork itself, or their core and their hip isn't strong enough. So every time they go up and down the stairs, they're just putting more stress to that knee, or they've been sitting too much and their knee doesn't straighten or bend as the way it's supposed to. So they've got this little teeny tiny kind of what we call mechanical default in the joint that then all of a sudden you start running or walking more, that little default starts to show up. So that's the kind of stuff that we work with the whole body, but that's the kind of stuff that we help people with.
All right, I have one more question. I don't want to spoil too much of our stuff from our presentation, but kind of along the line. So we talked about the whole body, right? So for anybody that maybe doesn't really have too much pain or anything really going on, like, can we still help them? Are there still ways that maybe we can assess them and kind of figure out what might be underlying or kind of nip a problem in the bud?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm sorry, repeat that first part of your question again.
So kind of like a lot of our clients come in for prevention,
yes.
Right? So how does that work for
physical therapy?
Oh,
okay, yeah, that's great. So basically, what happens a lot is people think they need to be like limping down the street, or they have to have a really bad pain or problem for us to help them. And of course, we can help you when you're in that state, but that's not true. What I personally love to do is catch problems before they become really bad. So because we're movement specialists and we're mechanical experts, let's say you've got just a little bit of stiffness, or let's say you've got a problem that really just comes on with very minor certain things. Well, it's still something. And what we know how to, we're kind of body detectives, movement detectives. So because that's our main assessment tool, we know how to really put you through full movement tests to detect, okay, is your joint moving properly? Is your muscle functioning the way it's supposed to? Is the brain connecting to what it's supposed to, so that you can make sure you have the right movement patterns to have the most success in your movement and in your activity? So we can, you won't be able to figure that out without testing it, but we can test you to see, A, is there anything we can do to help? And B, if we do find something, we can catch it really quickly. You'll get better a lot faster, and you'll, not only that, but you'll prevent problems down the line. So that's what we love to do that. And most of the time our clients get to experience that after they've come in with something kind of bad and they've been a client for a while. But, you know, if you're wondering like what's going on and you want to get it figured out, we can help with that too. So we love doing that.
Yeah. Sometimes people come in and say, well, there's a lot more people that are worse off than me, but you don't compare yourself to anybody else.
Right.
If you've got something going on, then we can definitely help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been fun. I'll post a link to the workshop tonight if you want to sign up. Otherwise, happy Thursday. Cheers one more time. It's raining here, so I don't know where it is where you are. And hopefully you guys are doing okay, and just let us know if you need anything. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.